So which is it, Trump supporters? Is Bill Gates this evil, malicious person that has done all these supposedly bad things? Or did your fearless leader just lie to you because he wanted your vote? Because remember, everybody else, they're the sheep, not you. You're definitely not in a cult, but it sure seems like a cult. Because every time that Donald Trump does something that you previously disagreed with, now all of a sudden you're all for it. Recently, Donald Trump has been hanging out with a lot of tech bro billionaires, and though the hypocrisy is readily apparent to most of us, as usual, MAGA is completely oblivious. These are people that believe that tech tycoons like Mark Zuckerberg had negatively influenced the Donald Trump 2020 campaign and has suppressed information. These are people that believe that Jeff Bezos, who owned the Washington Post, was a Democratic shill. These are people that pulled a complete 180 on Elon Musk, despite his views on electric vehicles and climate change. But the craziest one so far is Donald Trump sitting down and talking to Bill Gates.
Have you met with Donald Trump since the election?
Yeah, I had a chance to go have a long and actually quite intriguing dinner with him.
What did you discuss? What was intriguing?
Well, we touched on a lot of things. It was over 3 hours. To my surprise, it was, just he and I, his chief of staff, Susie Wiles, and the person who helps manage things for me, Larry Cohen. So the four of us sat there, and it was quite wide-ranging.
And before we get into the body of this video, with Bill Gates talking to the Wall Street Journal, I wanted to point out a couple of things that had been said online recently and also 4 or 5 years ago about Bill Gates that was things that were espoused by Trump supporters. Like this tweet where Bill Gates allegedly admitted that the vaccine would kill 700,000 people, claiming that the virus had killed 300,000 globally, and asked, can anyone explain to me why you would take a vaccine that kills more people than the virus it's designed to cure? Of course, this was labeled false because it was false. Or the fact that a video on a website of the New American Magazine's Facebook page continued with the theme of mass depopulation via vaccines and abortion, and also linked Mr. Gates to China's Communist Party, which of course was shared 6,500 times and viewed over 200,000 times. And who could forget the claims that Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation had tested vaccines on children in Africa and India, leading to thousands of deaths and irreversible injuries. There were theories falsely linking Bill Gates to the coronavirus that were mentioned over 1.2 million times on television or social media between February and April, according to a study by the New York Times. Much of the content in the posted Facebook groups were shared millions of times. He was also accused of rolling out a tetanus vaccine in Kenya that included abortion drugs. And of course, none of us can forget Bill Gates being accused of putting microchips in the vaccine. And let's also not forget that most of these lies, misinformation, and disinformation are still being heavily spread on Twitter, or X, whatever the hell you want to call it, which of course is owned by Elon Musk, who is Donald Trump's best buddy and first lady. So you got to ask yourself, what exactly did Donald Trump and Bill Gates talk about?
Global health's the area that I work in, and such amazing things have happened and can happen there. I spoke a lot about HIV and that the foundation's literally working on a cure for that. We're at an early stage, and so he, in the COVID days, accelerated the vaccine innovation. So I was asking him if maybe the same kind of thing could be done here, and we both got, I think, pretty excited about that. We talked about polio, where we're very close to getting that done, but if you stop, it'll spread back. And so I explained why it's been tough in Pakistan, Afghanistan. We've had cases show up in Gaza. We have cases in Africa. And he was fascinated to hear what he could do to maximize the chance that during the next 4 years, that incredible milestone will be achieved.
So there you go, Trump supporters. He was excited to talk about it. And I want to know from you now, are you ready to admit that Donald Trump and the people that Donald Trump run campaigns based off of fear, anger, and your hatred of the other? Are you ready for that? Because it sure seems to me that the moment that Donald Trump is engaged with a person that can help him accomplish something that can possibly lead to him having a bigger, brighter, stronger legacy as the greatest president of the United States of America, all of a sudden he's willing to listen to those people, regardless of the hateful rhetoric that he spread about them. And I want you to keep something in mind. I've said this before. If Donald Trump and his supporters are going to own the libs by giving women access to health care, or if they're going to own the libs by continuing vaccination processes and making the world a healthier place, first of all, someone should notify RFK Jr. Or if Donald Trump is going to own the libs by making America equal for all people, then do it. I dare you. But nonetheless, you have to recognize that Donald Trump has lied to you over and over and over again. And the only time that he ever does something that may seem even kind of slightly good is when he thinks that there's enough people that will shower him with adoration. So there's a really big lesson to learn here for Trump supporters. The reason that Trump does what Trump does isn't just because Trump's a bad person, but it's because you guys influence him to be a worse and worse person with your anger and your hatred and your vitriol.
I felt like he was, energized and, looking forward to helping to drive innovation. I was frankly impressed with how well he showed a lot of interest in the issues I brought up.
So which is it, Trump supporters? Is Bill Gates this evil, malicious person that has done all these supposedly bad things? Or did your fearless leader just lie to you because he wanted your vote? Because remember, everybody else, they're the sheep, not you. You're definitely not in a cult, but it sure seems like a cult. Because every time that Donald Trump does something that you previously disagreed with, now all of a sudden you're all for it. You've got all kinds of excuses to explain away the things that he did that are completely hypocritical. And though I applaud him working with Bill Gates, and though I applaud him moving forward with vaccinations, because I am pro-vaccine, the net negative of the lies, the hate, and the fear that he is spreading to get himself into power does not in any way balance out the good of potentially working with people to help get vaccinations to marginalized communities. Well, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Donald Trump is actually going to work with Bill Gates? Do you think that he's actually going to work on helping get, vaccinations globally to people that need them? Or do you think this is just more techno-oligarchy where you have yet another tech billionaire that Donald Trump just wants in his pocket? I'm going to admit, I don't think this is going to turn out to be anything good. But hey, I've been wrong before. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. And remember, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And check out that video on the screen now.